Hello everyone, Lewis Crompton here, and this is not financial advice. I want to share with you what I believe to be the number one tip that leads people to be successful as traders and as investors. I'm also going to share with you some of my top tips that I use to help people maintain consistency. So, just gave the game away there, didn't I? Tips that I have cultivated in my own life and in the lives of my mentees over the past 7+ years of teaching other people the life-changing skill of trading and maintaining consistency. So if I could summarize for you the number one defining factor that leads to success in investing, success in trading, success in anything really, then it would be the word consistency. Now, if you can be consistent, then you will get to where you want to be in time and quicker than if you were inconsistent. Like I always say, there is no overnight success for investors. Now, I want to caveat that by saying that if you are consistently doing the wrong things, then actually what you're going to be doing is taking yourself further away and putting yourself in a worse off position rather than a better one. However, if you consistently do the right things, then it is only a matter of time before you achieve the results that you are looking for. Naturally, the question is, well, how can you identify what the right things are that you need to be doing? So let me ask you this question then, which will start to highlight and identify what it is you need to do if you want to become successful doing the right things. So is there people out there making money doing what you want to do? Are they successful basically in that thing? If they can be successful, can you be successful? Yes, you can. Success is not a miracle, it is a process, and all you need to do is learn that process, and shocker, you need to be consistent with that process as well in order to become successful. If then there are other people out there being successful at the thing that you want to master, whether that's trading, whether that's something else, then you need to find out what it is they have done or what it is they are doing in order to be successful. The best way to do that, get around them, spend time with them, even pay them for their knowledge, pay them for their time and for their skill set. It may sound crude to some of you to pay them for their time, but that's the way the world works, and those people probably value their time highly. You should value their time highly too. This is a pay-to-play environment. As you spend time with them, the right things to do will become crystal clear and more evident to you, and how you can apply them to your own life. So be consistent with those actions, those activities, and watch your success start to manifest before your very eyes. You have to find consistency in your daily habits. Now, I've been trading a style of trading which is swing trading, and a strategy I use is called a pullback trade since I started trading live over 9 years ago. It was the first strategy that my trading mentor taught me. He tried to teach me 3 different strategies, but at the time I could only comfortably identify just that one strategy, pullbacks. So I started with them. I had a lot going on in my life, running a business, full-time job, all of that. Very quickly, I got to grips with this one strategy, and I was able to identify them in the financial markets with relative ease and place trades live in line with that strategy. Now, when I started trading them live, I had to be really consistent with my strategy criteria that my trading education had given me. I actually got really angry because my results were not what I had forecast or anticipated, and I just could not for the life of me figure out why that was. I was doing the same thing and it wasn't happening for me. So I thought maybe the market conditions have changed. Maybe the strategy is rubbish. And I took my data, that is the results from my trades that I had, to my trading mentor to see what he had to say for himself, because I was full on blaming him for my lack of success. Interesting that. Now, he analyzed my data, he looked at the results in a way that I couldn't at that point. Obviously I can now, and that's how I help others. He started to run me through each trade step by step that I had taken. Now, some were good trades, and by that, in the star trading community, when we talk about good trades, what we classify as good is not a winner, but it's a trade where we have stuck to and applied our criteria successfully. Now, some of my trades did stick to the criteria, and others were missing a criteria check here and there, and sometimes even a couple of criteria had not been met whatsoever. I had actually failed to stay consistent with my own strategy criteria. Now, this is just one area in which you require being consistent. Consistency of approach. You want to be able to establish consistency in all that you do. In this scenario, I decided to get those criteria out of my head and create a printed checklist step by step for each of my trading strategies. This is something that I now give to my mentees, especially the more analytical ones, so they have that thing they can walk through. Now, this meant there was no way that I could take a trade, enter the financial markets without establishing if all of the criteria had been met. To force myself into consistency of approach, I created a rule. No trade could be taken unless I could tick off every component on that list. Now, that was a complete game changer for me and elevated my ability to stay consistent. Now, I know the word consistency can scare some of us. It scared me, but you have to get over that fear and just get consistent. The major fear when it comes to consistency is often really tied to the question of, are we talking about time consistency? And in reality, I am. When it comes to trading specifically, that doesn't mean that you need to be at your trading screens for 12 hours per day, 8 hours per day, 4 hours per day to be a consistent trader. Being serious and learning to trade and becoming a successful trader does not mean that you have to be in front of a computer screen for hundreds of hours of screen time each and every single week or month. What it does mean is that if you only have 1 hour to trade per day, then you trade 1 hour per day, ideally the same time. If you only have 30 minutes per day, then you give 30 minutes per day. Now, we do have a lot of people in our training community who do shift patterns. So they have to be a little bit more flexible there. And any area of your life you're trying to make progress is going to require 5 out of 7 days of intentional time given to it. For example, if you're trying to learn a new language, 1 day a week is simply not enough. If you're trying to get into the best shape of your life, once per week is not enough. The consistent effort builds a momentum of results, but also a momentum of energy, a momentum of habit behind what you are doing. That energy actually makes it easier to continue as it builds up. What also makes it easier to continue is having others around you who are working towards the same goal. That is why I have a whole community of traders literally all around the world at this point, all supporting, encouraging, answering questions for each other to make their progress with trading more consistent, to help them stay consistent and to help them keep going. It builds that momentum. Now, that momentum led me to creating a trading process that now allows me to trade 5 different strategies across 30 different markets every single day in less than 30 minutes. One of my best yielding trades only takes me 10 minutes each month in order to actually trade it. Now, at the time of filming this video, the past 2 months on that one strategy alone has yielded me 8% profit of my total trading account. If you learn correctly, if you follow the right process, and if you get consistent, you can make these results a reality for you as well. If consistency is something that you struggle with, then figure out the ways to trick yourself, outsmart yourself into being consistent, just like I did with that physical criteria checklist. And if you really don't think you can do what it takes to become consistent, which is maybe actually just you saying you don't want that thing enough, then you're better off quitting now. Get off YouTube and live your best life doing something you actually enjoy if it ain't consistency. And if you want to learn more about how to do money better, how to make more of it in less time, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and there's a link in the comments as well about how it is that you can get involved doing the type of thing that I did and my journey as well. There's a free ebook link for you there. My name is Lewis Crompton, and this is not financial advice.